Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. Today we want to look at something different than what we have been doing before. This is an exponential equation. We are asked to look for the value of x when 2 raised to the power of x plus 8x equal 4. Thanks to young prof for suggesting this problem. Now guys, you recall that whenever we are looking for the value of an unknown in a given equation is to make that unknown the subject of the formula. Now, how can we make x the subject of the formula here? Now, I would like you to quickly recall something before I proceed. We have what we call Lambert's W function, or what we call product log. If I have x times e to the power of x, if I take the W function of this, my result is going to be x. I'm going to make an extensive and explicit explanation of this Lambert product law as we move on this channel. So you can stay tuned for that, but just know that when you take the W function of this, your result is going to be this. So if this is u and e is taking u up, are you getting it like this? When you take the W function of this, your result will be u. Okay, let's move on to this question now. All I'm going to do now is how to write this question such that I will be able to apply the Lambert W function, what we call product log. That is what I need to work to in this place now. So if that should be the case, I can decide to take this one to the other side. So I will have 2 to the power of x to equal negative 8x plus 4. If I have this, guys, you will agree with me that if I take the natural log of both sides, it's like me wasting time, because normally this x will come down and I'll be able to divide both sides by lane 2. But absolutely, this x would not change. So why wasting time? That will not definitely work. But what can work, I don't really know. But at this junction, I need to change my perspective. Remember, when a problem becomes difficult, all you need to do is to change your perspective. Now, I have to change my perspective here by rewriting what? 2 to the power of x in another form, such as e to the power of x lane 2. This is the same thing as this. You know, if I have something like e to the power of lane 2 all to the power of x, you know, this is said to come down, which I have here, and you know, this and this will automatically cancel each other. So if that should be the case, this can then equal negative 8x plus 4. Now, let's try what we can do here to make this equation to equals to 1 by dividing through by e raised to the power of x lane 2. So if I do that, I'm going to have 1 to equal negative 8x plus 4 into what? E to negative x lane 2. You know, this is the same thing as me saying divided by what? E to the power of x lane 2. Good. Now, the next thing now is, how am I going to make this particular function here to look like what? What I have here. That is the next aim now. But before I get that, I can decide to multiply both sides. I felt multiplying both sides by lane 2 over 8. If I multiply both sides by lane 2 over 8, this should become lane 2 over 8 to equal negative 8x. Okay, if I use this now to multiply this, I'm going to have negative x lane 2 and plus this to this will become lane 2 over 2 times e to negative x lane 2. So my major aim of multiplying both sides by lane 2 over 8 is for me to achieve this particular one in this particular expression here. So you can now see now that I have negative x ln 2 here now. Now, how can I take this one also to this place so that I will be able to satisfy the condition of x to what? X equal what? X. That is what I'm working towards, which I believe you are also in spirit with me. Okay? What I need to do next from here, in order to achieve that, is, for me to have this particular one added to this, I must have what? A number that I will use to multiply both sides, such that the base of that number will be the same thing with this. So, if that should be the case, I can just multiply both sides by e to power of ln 2 over 2. So if I do that, I'm going to have this to become ln 2 over 8 times e to power of ln 2 over 2 to equal negative x ln 2 plus ln 2 over 2 times e to power of negative x ln 2 plus ln 2 over 2. So, if you look at this now, it's what I have as power of e here, it's exactly as what I have as the coefficient of e to power of x ln 2 plus ln over 2. Okay, this is ln 2 over 2. So, if I apply the w function to both sides, this particular one will become w ln 2 over 8, then e ln 2 over 2 equal, now the w function of this is just negative x ln 2 plus ln 2 over 2. So, if you can see this now, I believe we are progressing now. So, I can now make x the subject of the formula by taking this one to the other side. So, I'm going to have w, or possibly, let me take this to the other side so that this one will take a positive sign, and take this one to the other side there so that it will take a negative sign. So, I will have x ln 2 to equal ln 2 over 2 minus the w function of ln 2 over 8 e to power of ln 2 over 2. So, if I have this now, absolutely, you have seen what? X standing on its own already. So, this particular function here can then become x equal ln 2 over 2 minus w, then I will have ln 2 over 8 e raised to the power of ln 2 over 2, then all divided by ln 2. Okay, I think now we are progressing, isn't it? If that should be the case, I can then say, okay, if this should be the case, I can just say x equal 1 over 2 minus w function of ln 2 over 8, then e to power of ln 2 over 2 times ln 2. So, it will be multiplied by ln 2. So, whatever result I have here, okay, better still, let me just write this somewhere else. Okay, let me write it here so that you can see that clearly. Okay, from there we said x equal ln 2 over 2 divided by this will give us 1 over 2, then minus w of ln 2 over 8 e to power of ln 2 all over 2. This is said to divide this. Abi? Okay? If we are using this to divide this, it's the same thing as me saying 1 all over ln 2. So we are multiplying this by 1 over ln 2. Hence, this is the solution to this particular problem. I will tell you. Now you're about to ask me, what is now going to be the value? Absolutely, the value cannot be it can't be an whole number, that is, it cannot be an integer, so it's going to be a rational number. So this is exactly x equal 0.35. So your normal calculator might not be able to press this, but if you can download or buy Wolfram Afram, so using Wolfram Afram, you can just you can get this value, and I think the app is just 1,800 naira on Play Store. So you can get one for yourself, then you press this on it, then you get your value to be 0.35. Now let's confirm if truly 0.35 is going to be the result. Okay, our question is 2 to the power of x plus 8x equal 4. So if I put this 2 to the power of 0.35 plus 8 into 0.35, my result will be approximately 4. Now, having said this, let me just quickly create a general solution to this similar problem like this. Supposing you see, okay, maybe we should make that in our next video, or what do you think? Okay, let's do it now. Okay, can I clean this? I think I can. So now, like we have the general solution to a quadratic equation, we also have general solution to this kind of equation. So if I have e to the power of ax and this equal cx plus d, I'm only trying to make this a general solution for the kind of question we solve. That is, whenever you are given such question, all you need to do is try to write it in this form. So can we go on with the proof? If this should be the case, if I divide both sides by this, I'm going to have that 1 is equal to cx plus d times e to the power of negative ax. Now, remember, we want to make whatever that will be here to be the same thing as what is going to be here. Now, let us now multiply through by, what can I multiply through with? So that at least this particular function here can be the same thing as what I'm going to be having here. Okay. Okay. Let's multiply through by negative a all over c. So that what I'm having here would be exactly as what will be here. So divide both sides by negative a divided by c. So this will become negative a over c to equal, this will become negative ax plus negative a, this will become negative ad all over c. Then we have e to the power of this. Okay, if this should be the case, what else can I do? Now I want to have this to be that is this complete expression minus ax minus ad over c to be the same thing as what will be here. So what I'm going to do next now is to multiply both sides by e to the power of negative ad over c. So this will become negative a over c times e to the power of negative ad over c to equal negative ax minus ad all over c times e to the power of negative ax negative ad over c. Okay guys, if you can see this now, you will see that what we have here is exactly what we have here also. So if this should be the case, that is what we have here is the same thing as what we have here, then we can apply what? The W function to both sides. So A over C e to the power of negative AD over C equal this one now. Remember, your result is going to be negative x minus what? AD over C. So if this should be the case, I can make x the subject of the formula by taking it to the other side here. So I have AX to equal W function of negative A over C e to negative AD over C minus AD over C. So if I divide both sides by A, I will then have that x is equal to the W function of negative A over C e to the power of negative AD over C, okay, minus what? AD over C, all divided by A. So you will see now that this function will then become x equal W negative A over C e to the power of negative AD over C times 1 over A minus D over C. Okay, let me separate this so that you can see. So you can see this now that our x is now this. So let me write it boldly so that you have it as our general solution to any equation of that form. So I have that for any equation of that form. You have, okay, let me conclude like this by saying for any equation of the form e to the power of ax equal c plus d, the general solution is going to be x equal w negative a over c e to the power of negative ad over c times 1 over a minus d over c. So guys, that's it. So let me just quickly leave you with one of the similar problem like this: 2 to the power of x plus 2x equal to 2. So if you are going to solve this, what are you going to do? All you need to do first is to rewrite this equation to become this form. Then you just look for the one that will stand as A, the one that will be C, and the one that will be D. Now slot it into this general equation, then you have your answer. Have a nice day.